This is Terry McDade, aka the Pirate Hunter, and this is a kit review of Value Gear's Universal Truckload number 5, GUT05, from ValueGearDetails.com. Now, I imagine most of you out there have dealt with Value Gear, and if you haven't, you're really missing out on dealing with somebody who is really good to talk to, really good to deal with, who is quite interested in what we build and wants to see photographs of how you've used the items in it. So if you haven't dealt with him, go to ValueGearDetails.com, look up the website, and just look at everything that's available. I have a bunch of his stuff, and I've used it on sci-fi. I'm using it on, obviously, this World War II build. And I've used some on a Civil War build that you can see the picture in the upper right corner of the cannon that's being used in it. So, also, we will talk about the build that I'm doing called Welcome to Potsdorf. No, I cannot get my voice high enough to do it the way it was originally done. No way can I. So let's look at this real quick, and then we'll look at the rest of the stuff that I have setting here for the Welcome to Potsdorf build. Okay, so here's what we've got. It come in a plastic bag, and how he got them in that bag I'll never know, because when I tried to film this the first time, the fight was on between me and that bag. It comes with Universal Value Gear 1/35th scale model building details, and the one that was on the back. It comes with an instruction sheet that's pretty neat. It gives you helpful tips working with resin parts, and they're all pretty good on it: cleaning, degreasing, sanding, gluing, painting, bending resins, and removing old paint. And one thing that he stresses is do not soak resin bits in brake fluid to remove paint. Brake fluid may work on polystyrene kit plastic, but it will destroy most resins. Then the bottom it says tons of equipment supplies. This one that I got, the universal one, it comes with 2 tarp loads. Now I have a box of lead that I could have done this with, but I just decided to go ahead and go with the 2 kits on this. It's really fairly cheap on this stuff for the quality you get. It comes with a tarp load with the sandbags down around it. Sandbags have seams down the side of them. They're really good quality. They look good. They really do. And all of the stuff that I have got from him has never had holes in it, sink marks in it, or anything like that. Now, some other resin kit manufacturers, that's been a different story. It comes with that one. Then it comes with this one that's got sandbags on it in the different places on it. The tarp that is over it, where you can see the seam and the folds in it. And this kit come with a couple of universal tarps that are buckled down on it. Comes with that small one. Comes with this one that's a rolled tarp with a flat tarp underneath it. Comes with this is kind of a tarp, or looks like a smaller tarp. You can see on the end detail on it. And again, it's rolled up. All these items here, they really, like I said, if you've dealt with him or used his stuff, I'm kind of preaching to the choir, because you know what kind of quality it is. If you haven't, you definitely need to check it out. This comes with a couple of extra sandbags in it, and they're the flattened sandbags, so when they go down on something, they look not like some of the others that I have bought over times that are kind of a round sandbag that is a little overfilled. But these are flattened. They have where they've been scrunched down to be tied. They have the wrinkles in them in this, so it's really good. Now also, if you've dealt with him, you know that you get extra goodies when you buy from him. And this one, the stuff he sent me here on this one, extra stuff, is really good. It's an extra long tarp on this. Comes with a wooden box on it, a little kind of blue resin, looks like a bag type setup on it of some kind, and another sandbag, a little bit of flash but nothing major, and it comes with a crushed, I like this, comes with a crushed cardboard box on it, another tarp. This comes with, also has a tarp and a cargo net on it. Another wooden box. Well, no, this one has food in it, which will work quite well with this build that I'm doing, the Welcome to Potsdorf build, because I have the kitchen there. This also, it has two of them in it. Has another one of the small tarps that are rolled up on it. Another rolled up tarp. This looks to be like a metal box. No, this is, turn it over. This is potatoes of some kind in it. This is another smashed, looks like a smashed small cardboard box. Wooden box in it. Another one of potatoes. And this, it'll really go good with the generator that's being used in the, I'm not doing it again, the build. It's got tools down in it, so that can go by where the generator is. So you've got a little bit of accessories for that. Another small double tarp, another sandbag, and another wooden box. I said these things have got really good detail on them. They're, you know, he throws this in when you buy anything from him, and most manufacturers don't do that. They might send you something, but it's in the kit. But he does this all the time, and I bought several kits from him, and several accessory sets, I should say, for kits from him. And again, I've never had problems dealing with him. He ships fast. His prices are fair. The shipping costs are very fair. So yeah, if you get a chance, go check out his page. Buy something from him. It's well worth it. He's really supporting modelers, helping him keep going. Now, as far as the welcome to Potsdorf build, here is the stack of this kit right here that I just did. All this stuff and all this stuff here will go on the Welcome to Potsdorf build. And so now I'm going to show you all the boxes for this build. But while it looks like it's going to be a gigantic Megatropolis type build, it's actually not. It's kind of a outer nowhere Nevada kind of little train side someplace in a backwater shipping center where stuff is shipped to, that is then taken from there towards the units where it's being assigned to. And this is one that is set in the May-June time frame of 1943. So all the stuff that is going there, and it's on the Eastern Front, will be headed to the Battle of Kursk. So let's look at the stack here, and let me explain some of this so it's not as big as it might look. Okay, we'll try to keep it as steady as we can here. We've lightened up on the caffeine for today. Ignore the background. Okay, now on the bottom is the railway gondola with lower sides. That kit is the one kit that everything else on this build is centered around. That railway car sets the distances and everything else, and where everything else has to go on this build. It's all centered around that railway car. So once that's done, that has to be the first item I build. Once I build that, I can put the track together that's in it and use that to start laying out where everything's going to go. The one on the next one up, the 2 centimeter Flak 38, that will be used in there, but it's just, it's there. It's a small item to build, really. The railway track from Mini Art, that will be tied in with this other railway track to fill in for the main line, because the railway gondola is going to be setting on a siding kind of deal. The German half-track crew, they go with the 250/9 that's on the right side. The German anti-aircraft gun crew, this is an at-rest gun crew, and I think I did a kit review of them a few months ago, something like that. But with the issues I've had with my Facebook getting hacked and things disappearing from my computer in this, I lost the hard drive out of my old one, so I don't know what's on my website, not website, but my YouTube channel. Right above that is the Russian kitchen that has been captured and being used by the Germans at this place. On the plastic bag above it, that is the spare trailer that I talked about in the kit review for the generator that is on the right side, because they have Grouse Creek field engineered it in order to be able to move it around. Okay, above the 250/9 on the right is the wooden barrels and village utensils, which will help go towards with the kitchen and things like that. The military miniatures right above it is the bicycle, the 2 guys on bicycles that I mentioned in an earlier kit review. Then the guard post is on the left, just above them. On the right side is the railway water pump that I did. All these I've done kit reviews on at one time or another. And the railway water pump is the one that Hamilcar Barkas used in Stalingrad Station. It's a really super detailed kit. Really is. A lot of neat small parts. Then right above that you have the guard post. You have the German power generator that will go on the trailer that's setting above the kitchen. Next to that is the street light that has the 4 different street lights in it. Above that is the railway cart on baggages, which I did a review of. Then next to that is the water pumps, and above that is the stoves. The one light colored piece of paper is the power lines that I did the kit review on, and the yellow, big yellow bag right there is a whole bunch of sandbag kits from, again, from Value Gear, and they are super good. I did, I believe, a kit review on them also at one time, and I don't know, I said when I lost the hard drive out of my tabletop, I lost a lot of stuff. I don't know where it went, what happened to it. It disappeared into the great known somewhere. So while this looks really big on this, you got to realize there's not a lot of, it's really not that much there. The anti-aircraft gun crew is 4 figures. The German half-track crew, I'll use probably 3 of the 4 figures out of that. The wooden barrels and village utensils, I'll use a few items out of that. Obviously, I'll use the railway water pump and the guard post, the power generator, which is not that big, and the street light. You can build different combinations of street lights. There are 4 street lights. I'll only use 1 out of that. The railway cart on baggages, I'll use 1. That's being used as an accessory for this that has some scratch building going on it. So yeah, I'll use 1 item out of it. The water pumps, I'll use 1 water pump is all. The stoves, I'll use just 1 stove out of it. So, and the bicycles, they will probably get used, they might, but they'll be just used as an accessory. It's not that big a deal on it. So, while looking at this, while it looks like there's a gigantic stack, there's also a box of lead there. While it looks like it's a gigantic stack of parts, it's nowhere near the amount of parts that some of the kit reviews, the kit reveals for the Kursk group build is going on, which if you get a chance, go look at the Facebook page or also go join the Kursk build. It's being Cohency is running it, and go join it, get involved with it. They're really good people to be around and have things to do with. And they do some really interesting kit reviews. So, and then like I said, most of this, there's only a couple items out of some of these boxes that's going to be used. The 250/9, I'm not using any aftermarket parts on it. It'll get built the way it is out of the box. So yeah, there's a bunch of boxes here, but not that much high-tech built. There's nowhere near as many parts as some of the Tigers that are being built in this for this build. So there it is, the Value Gear review on their universal truckloads, and welcome to Potsdorf build that I'm going to do. So all things considered, go check out the Kursk build, the group build, and their Facebook page. Really good people to look at the builds that's being done. There's some very, very talented builders that are doing this Kursk group build. I've looked at a lot of their videos. I've followed them, a bunch of them, for years. So very, very talented, very, very good group to be around and to deal with. So there you have it. All sorts of stuff. So also there was one other box that's not here of the engineer bridges that will be part of the railway gondola to unload things. It'll come together eventually. So until the next time, which the next one, there's no more kits being bought right now to do this with. The builds, I'm going to start building on the gondola, and I'm going to do one thing on that I said I would not do, and I'm going to put a wooden floor in it. I'll explain why as I go through on the build on why I'm doing it. So again, go check out the Kursk Facebook, the Kursk group build, and this is Terry McDade, aka the Pirate Hunter, and until the next time, to quote the great Jerry Springer, take care of yourself and each other.